I'm here. I swear, I'm here. Ugh. Skin of my teeth. Skin of my teeth. So the kids say skibbity. No, skip. Anyway, I don't even start on that. Good evening.
Oh, no.
It's Thursday, and you know what that means. It is 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and it is time for FigureAction. I am Trustarscreamer. With me, of course, is the ever-esteemed T-Man 978.
Hello, everyone.
And Mr. 1000 himself. I really hope you guys caught that show on Monday because it was awesome. Mike with Junkion Crafts and Builds.
Hi, everyone.
As you can tell, I'm the only one who actually has had some caffeine tonight.
I had a little bit.
Off that camera. See, I do that and nothing happens. I feel like a conductor without a show. But I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everyone is keeping warm. As always, Toy Mafia, thank you so much for shouting out Nightwingham. Regular team for shouting out Sportimus. Titan, hail to you. McCloud, good evening for you. Tetranova, yo to the yizzo. I am. You know what? See this color right here? I can't do anything with that. I'm sorry. It was within that one. I'll defer to either the man of Cuban descent or the man of style and street. That's right.
Wait,
And it's safe because I don't want to get jumped.
Me, I'm trying to stay centered for that one guy who is bothered. Because my lens is like at the edge of my camera. So it's like I want to be right here in front of it so I can see everything, but I have to be right here to be centered.
You know what? And I'm sure that person appreciates you so much. In fact, if you're that person who's appreciating it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you are going to want to know and why you want to be subbed up. This is definitely the time. If this is the show to sub up for, and we'll talk about that a little later, I promise. Foreshadowing, folks. Yeah, and Venomite, we will catch you on the replay. In fact, to everybody on the replay squad, we appreciate you, and we look forward to you catching us on that replay. To start things off, T-Man, how you doing? And what did you get this week?
Hi, everybody. I'm T-Man, and I do chill reviews and stuff sometimes when I'm not feeling lazy, and I am good when I'm not at work, where they're currently driving me up the wall.
Well, not all of them, just one person. But, sheesh. What I got two of these, and they are beautiful, like beautiful. I don't know. I haven't checked the other pages to see if it had more paint.
I can't remember who I have those pre-ordered through.
Not Amazon, probably.
They were sold out.
But these may have more paint than all the other ones, and they technically have one more accessory than you're used to getting. And it's cool. I did a comparison review with this guy, who I got from Mike Junkion Crafts build, because he went somewhere that he's going to talk about later. But he's cool. He's awesome. And I got this guy looking like Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat 9, as far as that mask thingy. But he's cool. I liked him more than I thought I would. When I first was looking at him in the box, I was like, I don't know why I pre-ordered this. But then when I took it out the box, I actually liked it. And I picked this up after last week's show. But the reactive Bumblebee, who is several times bigger than the Lux class Bumblebee. He's even bigger than this Fan Suez Cliff Jumper. And he's a deluxe class. the transformation is very involved. Like, I feel like this figure was made in 2010, and they've just been hiding it somewhere. And they still released it at deluxe class price, even though it's more substantial than what we get now.
Your
But,
audio is a little choppy. Just be aware.
All right. That is all I got to say. Mike, how are you? You are muted, like always.
Muted. There we go. Doing all right. Week's going along super fast. So yeah, like from Monday till now, it's just been busy at work, kind of. And as I showed before, this past weekend I was financially irresponsible. So yeah, from Legion's Con I got a bunch of stuff, too much stuff, but some cool things. They revealed this exclusive figure, the Snake Man, for their Reign of the Beast line. He's really cool, except his tail wants to keep falling out. But there's that. Valaverse was there, so I picked up a bunch of different things, including this lady, which I did a quick little impressions video of her on Saturday when I picked her up. Body's cool. Head is going to be divisive. I did have a chance to talk to Bobby Vala for about maybe 40 minutes and just sat down and talked with him and interviewed some things. So some questions involving like who is the basis for this sculpt and the makeup. So I can talk about that. Other stuff, obviously, the exclusives. I got both the exclusives for Legion's Con. I was able to pick up the exclusive Odious figure from Unparalleled Universe.
Ooh.
He sold out in an hour on Saturday. But there's that.
You're going to like Odious. I think you'll be very impressed with him.
Yeah, I opened him up and looked at him briefly. Just haven't had a chance to do anything with him. From a carryover from TFCon, Lance hooked me up with an Argus with the weapons. So I picked that up from Extra Zero on the way up to Legion's Con. So thank you for that. From the Beast of the Cenozoic or whatever, I picked up this Simoleon. Basically, it's a big black saber-toothed panther. Looks pretty cool. Out the box. I got these in while I was gone. It's the Secret Wars Cap and Spider-Man.
Good.
And last thing of any sort of discussion, because like I said, there's too much other stuff here. I received the CT Toys bootleg of the Mafex brown suit Wolverine, and it's actually pretty good. I have one QC thing in regards to his elbow's a little loose, but yeah, and they just showed images of their Tiger Stripe Wolverine they're going to be releasing next month. But that's enough of me. Dave, what do you have?
Well, guys, I only got one. Since the last show, I've only gotten one thing. That's it. So, well, I hope it's not. I hope you guys don't look down on me, but I mean that one thing happens to be the Dragonfly. And if you caught my channel, I did do a live unboxing of this guy, and long short of it all, I am very pleased with this thing. This thing is, I mean, look, I can't even hold the whole thing on. I gotta like, lean. Yeah, I can't even hold the whole thing on camera. This is probably the most impressive thing. Is that this missile effect is in there tight. It is so, yeah. You know, it's been, yes, this guy's been delayed, and I also say it was worth the wait. No, the patches came with the freaking Rattler. I thought the patches came with this. Okay, I'm sitting there going to the box, going, "Where are the patches? I wanted to make fun of the patches." But I mean, there's just like there's so many things I love about this, from the gun being able to adjust here to these machine guns on the side, actually being able to, you could extend and push them back like they're doing, the machine gun recoil. The only criticism I really have is actually the very similar that happened with the Hiss tank, is that the canopy does feel a lot on the thinner side. So if you actually want to pop it, when you pop it open, you just want to be very gentle with this.
I don't see any stickers on it yet, Dave.
I didn't want to, dude. The amount of stickers that came with this thing, you have like 3 different looks you can put with it. It's like I said, it is very. This was a premium feel. This is exactly what you want from a HasLab. Between that and the characters into it, obviously Wild Bill is definitely the best of them, and I'm very sad that he was going to be only in the HasLab, but who knows if they actually do a retro card of him.
They will.
But that was my pickups on there. We'll definitely be talking about Mike's adventures in Legions Con, but we do have a very, very few things to touch up on with the other action figure world. Definitely want to start off with Mike. I know you're not the biggest Fans Toys fan. We know this. But I'm not the biggest Fans Toys fan. I think I literally only have one Fans Toy figure in my entire collection, and that was Quakewave, because at the time that was the only good Shockwave. But this, I have to say, is an engineering marvel. It's under their fantastic model line, but this Ultra Magnus, Mike, have you looked at this? Looked this over?
I have not looked at the video. I know it was out, but just haven't had time.
I'm going to go with the photos here, just because how YouTube is with videos. I don't want to get into trouble on it. But this,
I hate to see they have it in full color now.
We'll scroll down. Yes, they have it in full color. We go all the way down here. We've got the full color.
Here we go.
Be patient, but this thing is, I have to say, this might be the most impressive Fans Toys figure I have seen. I mean, from even if just leaving it in bot mode and not transforming it. I mean, you got the different face plates here, but this absolutely threw me off, this half face here, because did you guys ever I don't know if you guys ever read the Dreamwave comic? But there's that great part of the Dreamwave comic when he starts pulling off his armor, because the fact they freaking have this is insane. That they are doing the power armor, and of course, precursor to finally getting a Fans Toys take on Optimus Prime. I mean, of course, I look at this and I'm thinking how these joints are going to go, and the creaks and the cracks and the flips and the everything on here, but
great. So did you both watch the video this week? Or?
Yeah, I watched it. Dave didn't know it existed.
I was working.
Okay.
I mean, you didn't know it existed at all.
So how did the transformation look in your opinion?
They actually didn't show the transformation. The video was, do you remember season 3 at the end of certain episodes, they would have like a whole bio of a character? They had the Ultra Magnus bio, but they put the toy overlaid on it. And I was like, for them to try, they're not calling this Fans Toys, they're calling it something else.
Yeah,
But
the
unless you're trying
fantastic
to get
model.
away from like copyrights, they used that whole entire clip with the original audio
Yeah.
on their fan choice channel.
So
I mean-
they didn't. All right, but to go back on what you said, they didn't show how this thing all works.
No, I mean they showed it. They pretty much showed that, and then they showed different spin arounds of the robot mode, and then this like combined and whatnot. And I had them holding the matrix all awkwardly.
Oh, okay.
Usually, fans' toys and articulation are not something that are synonymous. But look at this. Using the ab crunch and everything on there and those hip skirts. This is one of the few times I'm not buying this. I don't think I can afford this, but this is just for fans' toys. That is impressive as hell.
You know, it's way less than MP44.
Well,
That's
notice
what I
it's got
heard. It's
metal
like
knees.
half of it or something, right?
It's got die-cast knee joints there.
Yeah, but all that articulation for Prime is great, but how's that going to work with all the armor pieces on? Is it actually going to articulate, or is it going how much is that going to limit what you're going to do? Is it going to just stand
I
around?
don't know if they have there we go. But I don't know if they have a hair, but in the video I think he was able to get into that superhero landing pose.
I mean,
Okay.
he's got the ankle rockers are nice and deep. Again, those knees are fine. He's still using the same hips.
Mhm.
Only
like how
thing I haven't seen yet is outward like motion on the arms, like none. Like they show it go out a little bit, like right there, but I don't think that missile lifts up, which is a mistake to me.
Well, isn't that similar to what the X Transbots one was in regards to his arm? Like it was.
Did they do that on the new one they made?
Right. Well, yeah.
I thought the X Transbot was a singular transformation.
It was. It is. It's a single transformation, not the KFC like Atlas or whatever it is, but their new one that came out what a year or so ago now, which was all one transformation. I thought that articulation at the shoulder was kind of at the same thing. It was a little bit above where the bicep rotation was.
But I can't remember.
I don't know.
I watched one video whenever it came out and then didn't go back.
Well, first of all, it is now showing that Fans Toys has a Prime body, so that also means Prime, Nemesis Prime, Toxicron, Shattered Glass, the whole rainbow of primes. But
if they do that, because Fans Toys are so slow with those repaints. They're not like Magic Square and X Transbots.
True, but this is, I mean, this could be for a while their equivalent of releasing a Seeker. Between that and I'm still surprised they haven't done a Datsun, to be honest.
No, I'm waiting for this to come out and see if this actually the cab actually attaches to the Prime trailer the first thing they created. Because if it doesn't, that's just shitty. Honestly.
They're going to say that's just Prime. But
you mean the trailer that was made for MPO1?
Yes.
Why would they make it connect to that?
Because it's a Fans Toys product. I mean, even if
wouldn't it be humongous?
Huh?
Wouldn't it be humongous?
I don't know. I never really
because MPO1 is like 12 inches tall.
Yeah, MPO1 had a totally different cab size. That was before they were doing scale. It was its own, MPO1 was its own scale. It wasn't masterpiece scale because that's when, remember, that's why MP10 was such a big deal when it came out, because it was finally the first scale trailer for
there you go, McClowering. You gave them their excuse, man. Good job.
But I'm actually impressed with the matrix chamber here. the fact, you know, it's got all the layers getting into there.
Yeah.
Like I said, I am not the preacher for fans, but I have to give credit where credit is due, and that is some very awesome engineering if that all pans out right.
I think it looks good. The only thing bugged me in the video, I can't really tell here, but the way the trailer connected, it looked kind of janky and in the area with the first blue area behind the cab. It
Did you
looked
say it
weird in the
wasn't
video.
flush? It was kind of up or down or something? Is that what
It
you're saying?
looked like it was kind of lean. So I don't know, maybe the person didn't transform it correctly. But what you were saying about the articulation, this and their Ironhide and Ratchet that's coming out, it looked like both of those had more articulation than typical fans toys. So maybe they're finally, after people have been complaining, they're going to try to go into more articulation
Oh.
or more dynamic articulation instead of
Well,
that
in the
static
chat,
stuff.
who's getting this in the chat? Let us know.
Matt already pre-ordered it.
Yeah.
Real cool.
Well, Matt
And I
was
think it's about to
also
come out.
yeah. That's exactly what it was. As soon as he saw that it was an armored up version, he was all about that. So
That's yeah, that face is pretty cool for it as well. Now going from masterpiece scale down to the other spectrum, this legend scale Scorponok is also pretty damn impressive.
Well, I was saying that, but I couldn't click on it when somebody shared the link with me. I didn't know it was Legend.
Yeah, it's only. I mean, I think they're. I mean, look, it's got what's his name? His little drone right there. I mean, it's like they took the G1 and just.
Yeah, I thought it was supposed to be a representation of the toy, the vintage toy in regards to all deco.
I mean, I like the little hologram guys, but I mean, and then it's got the Hasbro-like effects on there.
Yeah. Well, the toy one had that big, gigantic. Oh, there it is. Never mind. The big, gigantic glass in front of the face.
Yeah. Titan's got this pre-ordered.
I mean, I always thought Scorponok had some of the best engineering back in the G1 days. One that translated really well to the television show. You know, I did not get the Titans one, mostly because I was broke at the time when it came out. And it's this is one of the few ones where I don't think it has a weak mode when it enters. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do they show the battle station mode? I might have missed.
Oh yeah,
that.
they have the battle station mode on there. Right there.
Oh.
Okay.
Even has the little claw, the repair bay claws.
Cool.
One of my best friends back in high school, he had Scorponok, and I remember we used to use the base mode to play 40K with, because it was perfect scaled for the miniatures.
Yeah, I don't blame me.
So
when did they say this was? When did they say this was supposed to be out?
They don't have a release date yet, but again, this is, especially if you're doing legend scale figures, this is I think this is a very solid piece to have to the collection. You know, if they do that in Fort Max, I mean, that's going to be a highlight.
An absolute beast.
I mean, what? 47 centimeters is, I mean, that's still gonna be 18 inches tall. That's still gonna be a big boy right there.
Yeah,
So
For a legend. Titan is 22 inches, so
Yeah.
I don't know. Wait, the Titan's shorter than I am?
yep.
Nice. I guess shows he's showing a January 25 release.
T, did you think of anything else big on news right now?
Not really. Once we're done, and I watch somebody else's news report, I'll be like, oh, we could have talked about that. But yeah, whatever we want to get to next. Yeah. I love Transformers. I love that. That thing looks good. I'm probably not going to buy it.
Well, Hake had a stream this week about the MMC Drift.
Oh yeah,
that was actually pretty decent.
And it's up for pre-order. I'm going to wait for the one that has the Rising Sun paint job on it.
That's all right. So that's like the red stripes and stuff on the sides.
Yeah.
Okay.
It seemed like when they did the fan choice figures for Windblade and Drift, they were extra Japanese.
Okay.
And I'm trying to, and then we got, so just getting out of Transformers news, then let's go ahead and talk about this. I have to say this is, again, I'm at McFarlane, but this is probably one of the most impressive things I have seen.
Oh, okay.
I haven't
this
seen
is what you were showing before, T.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, the studio looks
for De Niro.
It still kills me that it's these pin joints. I mean, there's a lot of reuse here. This is basically the Constantine body right here. I mean, the studio is impeccable.
Yeah, what they're not showing you is it comes with that gun. Oh, faceplates.
That gun right here? This gun right here?
Yep.
Right there? Handgun?
Yeah, I said it comes with the gun.
Yeah.
Yes, faceplates.
This is definitely not a kid's thing. This is going for $249.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
So you've got, do you see $200 in this?
Two $20 figures, but $22.99.
I'll give him $25 for the figures. You know, it's Joaquin Phoenix. It's De Niro. I'm giving him the $25 for that one.
See, I would go 29 for the Joker because of the faceplates.
Yeah, 29 for him.
Okay, $29 for the Joker, $20 for De Niro. I'm taking $50 out for those figures.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm only saying this because I really hope Mr. Articulated Ninja, who totally watches our show, no, he doesn't. You know how he, just because I know he likes to call things out as it is. The Batmobile, which was $60, awesome.
But see a video where a guy talks like this, and he's gonna say a bunch of stuff like this. Hey, line.
I mean, I'm not sure. Okay, well, you also get the full-size Joker notebook replica. Didn't see that coming.
I didn't either.
So,
is it multiple pages?
It looks like it.
That might be what you're paying for right there. $50 book.
Well, then you also get the packaging too. So I mean, that does look decent. I would not. I'm not in on it, but it looks cool.
At that price, it probably should come with blood splatter effects, to be honest.
Wait, when in the movie though, where did he shoot De Niro? In the face or in the chest?
Face.
Face.
Face. All right. Well, you need a faceplate. A little bit of red.
There you go.
I don't know if De Niro would sign off on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, $100 maybe. You know what? I maybe would have even done 125. I'm just saying, with the notebook.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, I do not
Well,
see $249 in this. But I'm sure there's going to be some movie fanatics who are going to be buying this. So
absolutely.
I'm sure there was some desire for this probably went down after that sequel.
You can just pretend that.
To stick with Toddy, did you guys see the Call of Duty spawn?
Yeah.
Or spawns, I should say.
In stores the other day, actually.
I went to the store tonight looking for it and didn't find it.
Oh, I didn't know if it was out already or not.
Oh, it's out. It's been a couple weeks.
Oh, okay.
If it shows up at Ross, I'll probably pick it up. And
this might be his website
I'm
only.
very much aware that Joker 2 bombed. I was being sarcastic about it, believe me. Currently, Jared Leto is thrilled to no longer be known as the worst Joker ever.
The problem was Joker wasn't bad. It was just the stupid singing part and the ending.
Yeah.
So, but that being said, that's the main stuff right there. I want more of a hearing about. Well, actually, hold on. I forgot about this because this is something I know that caught T-Man's attention. We're getting out of our comfort zone when it comes to size. Come on. The Joy Toy is being evil right now. They are tempting the hell out of me with their 1/18th scale stuff.
I think I might get that April O'Neil and not get the turtles. She reminds me of like the April that was on like the video game, the arcade game.
I mean, that pose right there is a money pose. I mean, look what you get there. You get the base, 2 different types of bases, 2 heads, 2 mousers, the boxing gloves. I couldn't tell you why on that one. The camera, and then the 4 hands. I mean, that's... And then Splinter. Now, I've personally been buying the Fury Toys, Rage Toys, Samurai Turtles. I've actually really been enjoying those. Their Michelangelo or Spring is coming out soon. So I've got 2 turtles and their Splinter. But I'm sitting here going like, I don't need the... God, he comes with baby turtles.
All 4 of them?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. You know that was going to be Mikey down there.
Again? This is Joy Toy, right? So it's 1/18?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which means it will all fit on a small shelf.
Those baby turtles.
Hello, Jeffrey.
Don't breathe in too hard. They should be tiny.
I know Mad Hatter recently got the turtles. He was very impressed with them.
I mean, I've not heard anything bad about Joy Toys overall. I've never had any of them, but
same here. I mean, listen, I've looked at their Warhammer stuff and clicked away because for some reason I've recently gotten back into Warhammer lore, but
Are they the ones that did the Injustice figures?
no, that was Hi-Ya Toys.
Hi-Ya Toys. That one, good. My Harley Quinn, her wrist peg broke up.
No, Joy Toys Joy Toy's a different game altogether. D Amazing has been killing it with his photography with those lately.
And he loves them.
So, like I said, for me, the whole 40K thing.
Yeah, these are like the legend scale of 112 scale.
Yep. Except Joy Toy's getting like all the franchises, which is like crazy. So now let's talk about our main thing, which that is we've got the releases that was shown at Legions Con. First of all, these snake figures are absolutely. I mean, you got to see these live, Mike, right?
Yeah, I did see the prototypes. I mean, they revealed all these on Friday on their G-Con stream, which is basically this new wave is called Reign of the Beasts, and this all happens. I mean, you mentioned 40K, and for me, that whole history and lore is very in depth. Same thing with Legions. I mean, this actually happens during the first age. So Basilia here is one of the 4 gods created by their overall being. I forget the being's name. But yeah, this is all new stuff. I mean, I was rewatching it the stream this afternoon, and Eric Treadaway, who does the sculpting, he's like, yeah, this was actually supposed to be Basilia was supposed to be out in an earlier wave, like years ago, but he's kind of glad that they're at this point because, you know, all the engineering advances they've done, they can finally do her justice. So this is a combination of like the tail section has like some actual engineered parts and also like bendy pieces. So like, and it comes with a stand. So if you wanted to have her in a flying pose, you can have her in like that. But yeah, I mean, she's a gorgeous figure. You know, just everything about her is really cool.
How is it gonna? How does it stand? Is what I'm curious about.
What do you mean?
Fell around and it leverage on that.
The way that curve piece there, the first part that actually hits the ground, that's a solid piece. That's not bendy. So that's where the weight is distributed out. And then the rest of the part is kind of a bendy area. Now, I think the way they were explaining is like if you want to do the flying part, I think there's another section that comes around and allows it to kind of like go straighter, whatever you want to call it.
Got it.
So
I'm just curious how prone is going to be to tipping over.
I don't know. I mean, the piece in the show was pretty much what you see here. That was the pose she was in. So,
you know what drives me crazy? If she can't look up, because I'm thinking about a pose with her like slivering and crawling on her hands. But if the head only looks down, that would drive me up the wall.
But you see, she's Basilia. She wouldn't go and like that. She's a heroine of the lore. So she would always be standing up or being upwards, or like I said, flying. Now, to your point, if she's flying forward, can she lift up? And I think, you know, most of their stuff, you know, they're just big ball pegs here. So I mean, you do get a decent amount of head articulation. Plus, with the depending on the body, and she's going to be a 2.0 body, so she has a mid torso twist, so she could be able to like arch her back a little bit. So you could be able to get that flying pose and make it look realistic.
I'm thinking about if she's getting her ass
flying,
because I don't know anything about this magical god lore, and I'm just buying it because it's cool looking. And I want her to be half beat up. Maybe her wings are whipped off and she's crawling.
Yeah.
Well, I will
Hello,
also
Big
say
Troy.
this: if for some reason,
Hello.
if she does seem to be prone to tippage, I would almost say museum wax might be your best friend.
I think they
Yeah.
probably tested and tested and tested it, and she can sit up good like that.
I am paranoid. All right, so
Yeah.
I could see the ball
But she's
joint
cool.
in the upper on that the upright torso. I mean snake part.
mhm.
Yeah, I mean, she separates there at the torso where the snake body comes into play.
Which I'm sure then, like someone
So
mentioned, you can have that torso and then put that actually on with some kind of armored legs to make it a human top.
yeah, you can definitely swap her out with human or with a female 2.0 legs set.
Now
So
this one I think looks really cool.
yeah, I forget her name. It's a different character, but the dragon in and of itself is it was really neat looking. I mean, it's kind of I can't remember
Is it
if it
little?
was what's
Yeah,
that?
it's a little yeah. Look, like
Yeah,
look over the first part.
this is the little one.
Yeah, it's just a little
It's
Oh,
like
dragon.
her familiar.
like the guy from Mulan.
Yes,
Yes.
and I would not be surprised if we get a red repaint as an homage to that. Just saying.
I mean, she was cool. I forget her name. Now, let me look it up.
Leather Diety. You know, these snake people would be good with Masters of the Universe and G.I. Joe.
Her name is Arya the Talon Bearer.
Well, you got to remember, T-Man. Four Horsemen started out doing Masters of the Universe figures back in 2000.
So that's probably
Yeah.
why they wanted to do this sooner.
So
I mean,
She
you know
was-
that's actual metal. You know that's metal chain there.
yeah, and C. Jessam did all the soft goods, which I mean, his stuff is freaking awesome. So
We're about to get to my favorite right there, but
With them old bodies, I can do the female figures more than the males. 'Cause I'm used to. I have a bunch of female figures with single jointed elbows and whatnot.
fair.
yeah,
Now this is the one that has my attention. Like
oh,
I said, I
the
own
cackler.
Four Horsemen is the Frankenstein's monster, and if you saw my review, I was not wholly impressed on that. This motherfucker. This dude looks awesome. I think he might even fit in with my Maestro Union stuff. You know, my Veteran
Yeah.
William, my Blade Master Wang.
And this is with this is now one of their 3.0 bodies, so you're getting double jointed knees and elbows.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's why this one has all my attention.
Yeah,
It looks
he's
like
one of two
Savage Crucible.
It is. That's very much. So
but yeah, he's really cool. I mean, it's the sculpted body with hair and such. I mean, he was really impressive, and he got a lot of attention during the show.
And they're definitely going to be having other wear creatures. Reuse that body, other colors. That's a jackal, so they'll have to do a wolf. But I could definitely see some other animal heads, which I think would look very cool for that.
Yeah. So
then we got.
All right. So
this also has this one, at least maybe this I thought was very interesting, which is a djinn.
Yep. So I think it was for the Hoxus wave. We got our first genie. I forget his name. I'm horrible tonight, guys. I'm sorry. Shit, what was his name? Anyway, I picked him up, and he's really cool. I mean, he was a brute scale figure. But this one, it has the smoke effect and also the legs. So I mean, this is another example of what they're trying to do with with different body parts and accessory pieces and effects. So, but it was really neat.
I was gonna call the other guy you were trying to remember, Sheen.
Well, I'm saying I will say I am impressed with how the lamp effect goes with all this. So I mean, it's
It's
small
really
and stupid, but like I see this and this just it looks that's impressive. And you get that you know get yourself some LED lighting going on there.
Yeah, Trevor did amazing shots for this wave. But I mean, he always does good stuff. So,
I'd say get your Cosmic Legions coloring book, but we know there was better coloring books there.
yeah,
This
that was
looks pretty
given.
neat,
What's that?
This looks cool.
Is that the entire wave? Oh,
I think it's a photography.
oh
book.
no, this was just an image of the first 10 years. Now there were some figures. I don't know if where are you getting? Where's your link at for all this?
I'm on it's on Toy Arc.
Oh, okay. Because they also did Leodicius was one of the other primal gods. That was the brute scale lion.
Oh yeah, no, I think he's going to be on this as well.
Oh,
that
okay.
lion looks sick.
Yeah.
But then we got the knight here.
Okay.
You know what keeps getting advertised to me?
What's that?
So, something that keeps getting advertised to me is like it's like a 5.6-inch tall 3D printed knight that looks crazy posable.
Oh,
but like it looks like somebody it looks 3D printed. It's only like $6 online.
So the legacies, think of that as like the retro card backs. Like they're going to pick out certain figures that were earlier and are very hard to get. So this is Otho. He is one of the I think it was like in one of the earliest waves. But yeah, crazy expensive in the aftermarket. So this is a kind of a reimagining. I forget the changes that are with this figure, but
probably better.
Yeah. So.
And then we got this bad boy.
Yes.
How expensive did it look in person?
Say again?
How expensive did it look in person?
Well, I mean, they had two of like statue prototypes there. One with the wings up, like you were showing here, and then one with the wings extended. I'm not gonna lie, it looks freaking awesome. And then I caught Jeremy Gerard, who's the marketing director for the Four Horsemen. He was doing like a demonstration with their Rotocast articulated model. This thing has 50 points of articulation in it. They're talking about different options, like putting a huge wire through the tail. So like if you want to do a pose, it can actually stay up with it. The flame effect is really awesome. And like from the front of the flame effect to if you fully extend the tail, it's 6 feet long. So it's an impressive feat when they get this pool released. So they're going to do a specific. It's not exactly crowdfunding. It is going to be a strictly pre-order only sale. So kind of like what you would imagine with everything. They're going to make as many as people have ordered. The wings are ratcheted Titan. I did a short on my Instagram where I took it. It was about 8 minutes, where he actually was, you could hear those big ratchets going on the wings to have them go down and forward. And then like on the front, like on the claws, like they were just huge detents. I mean, you could hear it clacking all the way around. But yeah,
is it multiple points in the neck?
Say again?
Is it multiple points on the neck?
Mm-hmm. Yes. So the torso itself is going to be hollow, and then, like I said, the weight is going to the injection part is going to be the limbs, wings. Like I said, the tail could be a combination of sectioned and heavy wire. So Saron, there is no price yet. That hasn't been discussed. That's probably going to come up when the pre-order is available at the beginning of the year. But there are plenty of theories on pricing. I think ranging from the unbelievable like 3 something to I would say this could be a $700 figure, quite easily. And there were fans there over the weekend that were talking about owning multiple dragons when this thing is released. So it's
rich fans.
What's that?
So they must be loaded fans.
I mean, we can talk more about just the weekend overall, but I think I was telling you guys in the chat, like the amount of money that was moving around up at Legion's Con this weekend was disgusting. Like just the amount of things people were purchasing. I mean, it was, but I mean, a lot of it's worth it because I mean, it's not just a toy show. I mean, it literally is an art show. It is. It was just such a cool experience.
And like I said, I would not be surprised if a lot of people that were going there were actually were retailers and resellers, where yes, they were shelling out $3,000 to $5,000 on product, but they probably end up turning that $3,000 to $5,000 into $7,000 to $8,000 with a profit.
A lot of sure. Some of the people that collect these are like well-to-do financially people.
Oh, Legion collectors can be.
What was that, Dave?
Now, well, I was gonna say one thing I was very impressed with. I know you were probably either at the bar or recovering, but I was watching 3POA on Saturday, and Bobby actually got on.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I remember you telling me a while ago how Bobby, you didn't think Bobby was gonna be showing up at Legion's Con because like there was some semi-drama ish between him and.
I mean, sure, always.
But one thing, first of all, he was talking to the guys. I think whatever hatchet was done, it was buried. And again, since for him, he was incredibly humble during that his description of Legion's Con, which, as you know, for him is a rarity, because he was talking about how that community was up there, with the customizers of people just having fun with these products and doing all these things with it. He was utterly in awe of that community. I mean, yes, every fandom has their jackasses, and we've all been through part of them. Whether I'm a wrestling fan, so you get people talking about AEW versus WWE, with the Transformers people, when we start talking about these third-party companies or even just Hasbro, or dear Lord, Star Wars fans and just Star Wars fans. But this, like he was saying specifically, everyone who was at Legion's Con was just such a positive attitude. And it sounds like this was, as you said, people were throwing money left and right, but I don't think anybody was doing it maliciously. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it wasn't like showing off or flexing or anything like that. It was literally just people's efforts and works of art were definitely worth it. I mean, just to go with some of the people that are there that are kind of known in the community. I mean, we had our friends from Spirit Toys there showing off their latest wave, and then the Kickstarter, and then they had some prototypes from their Bushido line that's coming up. Our friends from Meta Travelers, which for those that pre-ordered the legendary figures, get your displays ready for the next 60 days. So they showed off their articulated samples, and they look really good. And they showed all the final paint masters as well. So I mean, that stuff it's exciting. I mean, they were there. Marco and Jeremy were up there, and it was a cool time to talk with them and look over things. But Legion's Con, I mean, I've been to Joe Fest now once. TF Con, I mean, I just went to the one up here and then BotCon. Legion's Con totally is a different atmosphere. It really is a community in and of itself, and they are super passionate collectors, customizers, and really everyone knows each other. I mean, it really felt like it was a huge family reunion, and even someone like me or anyone else that didn't know like who these people were. I mean, everyone was kind of just introducing themselves and just having fun, and it really was it is a different experience than any convention you would ever go to. One of the things I did to help break the ice last year with my first one was I took a figure and one of my headless horseman and was using it to break the ice, and I did the same thing this year. So I kind of was getting autographs of people and just talking with them. So like my Frankenstein, I mean, this thing is covered. I mean, I got The Amazing on here, Wade, Robo was up there, Duarte Studios.
Art G
was there. I helped him set up on Friday night, which is very cool. Just it was a cool thing to do, and I do encourage anyone, even if you aren't like a diehard fan of Legions, go up there for the experience. Go up there for the options for buying stuff. I mean, it's not just mythic stuff or cosmic sci-fi. I mean, there were tons of other companies there. Duarte Studios, like I said, he does amazing diorama stuff, and he had definitely like street sets, whether it was simply fire hydrants or dumpsters or anything like that was up for sale. As you said, Bobby was very taken back by the community there in a good way, and he's definitely planning on going next year. And that was a cool thing too. Like, I got a chance to talk to some really interesting people. Mega J Retro, I met him because he actually had a table where he wasn't selling anything, but he was talking about the sculptor for the Flipboard figure, Ryan, otherwise known as Render XD, who passed away suddenly, and he was there with a lot of his sculpt work that he got from his that he was allowed to bring up from the family, and just sat down and was talking to people about this guy, his friend. So that was a cool experience. I got a chance to do that. I mean, there were so many things going on over the weekend. I mean, it was just a really cool show. Like, I don't know, and you get to see these prototypes. I mean, the army builder guy here underneath the lion guy, he's another 3.0 body. So you have now an army builder that.
Let's have to show the lion guy here. Let's go ahead and show the lion guy with his face plates, that mallet of doom.
Mm-hmm. He was beautiful looking. I mean, I thought last year, looking at like the bear and the barbarian sets were cool, but I mean, the detail on these figures, just it was some really good stuff.
Yeah, even if you don't collect these, I've seen them at 2 conventions, the Maryland Toy Expo. Mm-hmm. They always look beautiful. Even if you don't want to buy them, they still look good in the box. And they have a lot on display.
Yeah, and just people buy multiples just to create new figures. Yeah. So, but yeah, it was a fun time to say the least.
That one looks good. I'm not gonna lie.
Mhm.
And see, this is the type
But,
of figure where I'm not worried about too much of the articulation because this does not look like someone who needs to move like a ninja.
Yeah, when they're big like that, I give it a pass.
yeah, no, I mean, you're not going to get him. You're not going to really get him in a two-handed grip pose
Mhm.
with that hammer, unfortunately.
True.
Unless he's doing it like this, you could do it, and even then, it's going to be kind of out, But
Right.
Give
I
'em a
mean,
longer
there's
chance.
still some amazing poses people get these figures in, even with excuse me, the limited articulation.
So they're not
So
articulated ninjas.
no, and Grizzle, I have more than I thought I would ever own as well. So, but yeah.
Then this Roman Legionnaire, look, this is also I guess the 3.0 because he's got double jointed elbows.
Mm-hmm.
It's Gladiator.
Yep. So like people were excited for getting the new sculpted pieces like the sandaled feet. So that was something I guess people were really wanting to get. I mean, I don't do I don't do any customs with my stuff. I kind of just have it and as it is. But yeah.
You
So
remind
and
me
then
of the
we got
guy. It's
hmm?
this whole game called Eternal Darkness. It reminds
Hmm.
me of the warrior that was on there, wound up being like the evil boss.
Yeah.
This guy has potential. I'm not into much the Gladiator aspect to it, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious what more happens to his body. And then oh, that looks like a different head there.
Oh,
Or different neck.
that's the Royal Guard.
Mm-hmm.
So that's actually the going with the lore. So this figure that they had available as a show exclusive.
That's what you
This is
have right
the
now, isn't it? You have him.
what's that?
That's what you have
What?
right now.
No, no, not that one.
Oh,
That's not going to come. That's not going to be out for a while.
okay.
This is actually the Nimian infantry figure. Now this is like the initial the younger warrior because he still has his legs. As he gets more experience and gets closer to Basilia, that's when he actually sheds his legs and they get the full snake lower body. So
Sorry. I'm laughing when I hear that. All I just think is that one Simpsons episode. Maggie lost her baby legs.
so but yeah. But I mean that the head sculpts you see there, I mean, this one obviously it's not the greatest view here, but like this open mouth one is really cool. And then they have the closed mouth, just a smaller head. So it's really neat.
I love this weapon, by the way. This is if you know what this is, I know the Titan knows it because he mentioned before. This is a neat. It's both an Aztec one. I've also seen Samoan warriors use this. This is basically a club with obsidian around the edges, where they would just go after somebody and chop and pull back, so it would saw through them. That's one of the most vicious weapons out there. You played Mortal Kombat X, Double X. Kotal Khan uses that as well.
Yeah.
And he definitely saw it back before.
Yeah, I'm just saying. And I think that's now we're back to that. That's that is their figures that they have.
That's the reveals.
Yeah.
Now the interesting thing is, they always when they do these pre-order sets, they give you the prices of all the figures that are going to be up for pre-order starting now until the end of this year. I think the 29th is when this pre-order window closes. Shit, what was I going on with that?
And you give him a $500,000 and forget about it.
Yeah. I mean, this is not going to be around. This won't be available for another year and a half at the most. But I know what I was saying. Like everyone was surprised at the all-in cost, which I think is $320.
Really?
Which is everyone was kind of in awe that this was a steal for getting all these new sculpts and new pieces for that much. So I don't know. It's cool, to say the least. But
Kinda want the snake people.
I
I
know
don't really like all animal people that much.
that snake, but that snake and the jackal probably has my biggest attention to it.
yeah. Well, let's see. With the cackler's $40
That's
if
not
you
bad,
pre-order directly from them. So that means if you wait till like BBTS, you're going to pay 50 to 52 now, because I think Basilia, some of the regular ones are kind of gone up now. I think. I mean, Basilia, the first one there, the snake with wings, she's $45. And the snake Royal Guard is $45, being a deluxe. Cackler's a standard, which means he's 40, as well as the Roman army builder. So, yeah. And I was wrong. Leodicius is ogre scale, so he's probably, let's see, these are about 6.5. He's probably 8 inches tall, or a little bit larger. But yeah, it was a cool reveals. So, but
And it sounds like it was a great trip. Sounds like I think you had more fun this trip than any of your other ones. Like you mentioned, Junkion.
I did.
And,
yeah, because I mean, it was short. I kind of knew what to expect because, like I said, last year was my very first one, and how did the ogre scale knight dude look in person? Oh, the lion dude, Grizzle. It was super impressive. Like just the sculpt of like all the mane, dude. It was good, and I was the only thing I regret is how horrible I was trying to document the weekend. Because I was too busy talking to people and just hanging out. I should have taken better pictures. I had to look through what I have.
don't worry.
I
I
think
tried to.
you should have enjoyed yourself like you did.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun, and I was buying stuff for friends,
Thank you.
which I got to pack up tomorrow to ship out for Saturday. But it was a fun trip. It really was. Like I said, first time, it was overwhelming because of just the amount of people and amount of stuff that going on. I mean, I literally was kind of just walking around in circles, not knowing what to look at first. But this time it was different because I knew people. I met, and spoke to some of the reps for the Four Horsemen and Mythic Legions at the Maryland Toy Expo earlier this year, and it was cool because they remembered me. It was that was kind of one of the things I was like, that's really cool, but yeah, I think if you guys want to have a really awesome experience, they already put the dates out for next Legions Con, so yeah. And if you sign up early enough, they do the lottery for like the intern for a day, that Thursday before, which I hear that's a fantastic experience, just going to the studio for the day and watching them talk about everything. So, but anyway, that's enough rambling.
And then we're talking about the White Knight dude that comes out soonish.
The White Knight dude. You're talking with the Necronominus wave. They did show. They had a display of the packaged figures. They didn't have them out, but I know Necronominus wave is supposed to be coming out, I think, before the end of the year. So, and that's, like I said, the more of the, God help me out here. G Tony, what are the guys that you wanted to collect? God, come on, conspiracy guys, the Knights Templars. Thank you. There you go, Templars. Yeah, just they look really cool, and some of those figures those are some of the ones that are going to be coming out with like the kind of the same articulation as the Valiant Knight. So again, that's the first step in like increased articulation, and now this 3.0 body is coming through. So could be pretty interesting in the next couple of years if you're a Legions fan.
Well, that was our man on the spot reporter, Mike. We appreciate you. What's up, Flash Kid? Glad you could join us. So,
what's up, Flash Kid?
But got one last little bit of news, which is then going to segue to our big announcement. So, for those of you who are on the Action Force train, just to keep in mind, come on here. They are doing a product tomorrow, which will include your restock for Atlas, basically for Series 5. Plus, we'll be in the final stock of the Elite Praetorian, Bone Collector 2.0. They'll also have the Pandora exclusive, and then finally we also get the Trigger reissue, Garrison Cavalry issue final stock, which that kind of annoys me because that technically should be an evergreen product. I don't have to agree. I like Bobby's work. I don't have to agree with everything he does. As well as Head Alpha, Handpack Bravo, which I think you picked up one of those for me, right, Mike?
No, he did not have the hand packs available for Legions Con. This is going to be the first, and they won't arrive here until like the end of the month, beginning of December. So, looking at the post, if you do order one, it's going to be delayed till they get here. So,
gotcha.
And then he hasn't said anything yet, but we should be expecting the information about the white variant version of Pandora. That's the mail away blind box. So just like with this one, there's a chance you can get a bloody version of this character, but you won't know until you buy it. So
save up your points. Now Trigger reissue. Remember that he's pretty much just like Trigger 1.0, except he does have an added tattoo. Now, with all this Action Force stuff, you got to have something to kind of bring your entire collection together. And as we all know, probably the most impressive piece that Action Force has put out has been the Vanguard. And if you were watching Mike's channel on Monday, you do know we gave out 2 of them. And if you didn't win, because only 2 people won.
Not that one, right?
No, this is mine.
We have you covered.
We do.
Well, Black Friday is right at the end of the month, which is the big shopping season. And everyone's having a Black Friday sale. Now, we are, of course, going to be taking Thanksgiving off because while we're dedicated geeks, we still are dedicated to our family.
We're going to do
don't worry, guys. You out there are our family as well. That being said, next Thursday, we here at FigureAction will be giving out a Vanguard for you. That's right. We will be giving out 1 Vanguard next week. Oh, but don't worry. On December 12th, Thursday, December 12th, 2 weeks before Christmas, because ideally, if we can get it shipped out in time, it should arrive around Christmas. We'll have a holiday present for you, because I know some of you also celebrate Hanukkah, like I do, because I pronounce it properly. But we have that right present for you, and we will be giving away a 2nd Vanguard. Now, this is all courtesy of our own personal Santa Claus, Mr. G. Tony. This is G. Tony's gift for the FigureAction community.
Instead of Black Friday,
back?
we're going to Light Skin Thursday.
Am I back? Where did I cut off? I know my internet just froze.
You said G Tony was our own personal Santa Claus, and he's awesome.
He is
that's
awesome. So for you guys on the replay squad, if you can make it next Thursday, we would love to have you there. But if you can't make it that Thursday, I'm telling you ahead of time, December 12th, we will be giving away the second Vanguard.
So pay
Do we have
attention.
any
Tony, itching to get it out of his house and into your house.
So
Yes.
do we have any restrictions or anything, or is it just anyone
You gotta keep this
Gotta be subscribed.
Thank
Right?
you for my Mike. Thank you for asking. We have, of course, got to go with the basic ones. We gotta have it continental U.S. So sorry, guys in Hawaii. Sorry for guys in Europe. Sorry for guys in South America. We got to keep it in the continental U.S. And yes, you have to be a subscriber to FigureAction. Don't worry, we're not going to say you have to be a subscriber to Trustarscreamer, Teammate 978, or Junkion Crafts and Builds. That would be really cool if
But
you
you
were.
should.
And you totally should, because there might be more giveaways there too, just so you know. But you do have to be a subscriber to FigureAction. And so that being said, next week, end of the show, we'll be doing the giveaway. That gives me also a week to think of, that'll give me a week to think of a good tag to put into there, because I gotta have some fun with this.
You can do Hanukkah, like my Hanukkah angel from D13 Toys.
That is so wrong on so many levels. Maybe we could do Hanukkah. No, I'm kidding. No, I know that joke's gone and sailed.
Yeah.
But, so that being said, guys, any final words for tonight's show? We are hitting that 10:30 point. Now, you know me, I like to try to keep things tight and collected.
No.
Well, as he's looking around, I have a series of interviews. I had, like I said, I had a chance to sit down not only with Bobby for about 30 to 40 minutes, but I also sat down with Articulated Ninja. So I'm going to be putting those two videos out here soon. I have my Series 5 retrospective. I have some Mayfix stuff because I'm only now looking at them. I'm being very selective about what I have, but between the officials and the bootlegs, I mean that it's a pretty cool looking set. I think that's it. You know, I need to get caught back up. I've been slacking on getting videos out since last month and this month, but
it happens when you hit 1,000, I hear.
Tell him in the comments if you want to see those interviews.
Yeah. So, but that's what I have. T, what about you?
Well, I don't know. I have a bunch of junk. Still haven't reviewed this.
Oh, that's the Knight Rider collab.
Yeah, I still haven't reviewed this.
If you're patient, I got a review on my channel for him, just so you know.
I reviewed this, but I had I wasn't recording, so I have to film most of the video all over again.
More like Rainbow Not So Bright, if you know what I mean.
Right.
T-Man moment achieved.
Right. I was about to say something, and then next thing I know, I saw the screen flicker, and then I was taking everything off the background. It was just empty space.
So Titan says the Toy Hack stickers for Agent Knight are worth the price. Are you gonna get those for your figure T?
I sure am. Probably not.
Oh.
I'm too cheap. I haven't even seen them though.
Oh,
I heard they make the windows look better because you can't see robot details inside of it.
Okay. Did you guys read or pick up issue 1 of the new G.I. Joe comic?
Yes, I did.
And you read it already?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I'm caught up on G.I. Joe. I caught up on Transformers, but what Transformers did some. My brain's still trying to wrap around what they did on the latest issue of Transformers.
Yeah, it's Transformers. I mean, the story up until now, and then it's the art. It's a little frenetic for me.
I get you with the art, but I'm gonna say right now, these guys are writing these shows. They're writing these comics like they're playing with their toys in all the right ways.
Yes.
Wait, the last Transformers thing I read was basically a one shot on your favorite character.
Well, the next issue follows up on that with a very interesting concept.
Oh, then I need to go buy that.
I told you to look on my Google Drive, T.
So it's the new issue of G.I. Joe. They're hitting a lot of the buttons right, I think. It's in some ways how the G.I. Joe movie should have been in other ways.
Yeah. But
I don't think you do not need to have read all the miniseries to understand what's going on with it. I will also say, though, I do recommend reading those miniseries because they are actually enjoyable. I think of the miniseries, I would say the Cobra Commander is my favorite, Destro being the second, then the Scarlet, then Duke, in that order. Those are ones I find.
I have to reverse Duke and Scarlet.
But even then, while Duke is the weakest of the four, it's not saying it's bad. I'm just saying, like if you read Duke first and you're like, Dave says that's the weakest, you'll be even happier with the rest. I think I'm setting an established precedent. Cobra Commander obviously is. They're 4 issues each.
5.
5 issues? Oh, 5 issues. Sorry. But yeah, Cobra Commander probably took some of the wackiest stuff because it is using Cobra Law stuff. Destro is probably the most G.I. Joe-esque of the 4 miniseries, I think. And they're all enjoyable. The Energon universe has impressed me.
Yeah,
I was very skeptical.
Yeah, the only thing that's kind of like really adjacent with the Energon series is the Void Rivals series, but I mean there are
and Void Rivals is fun. When they told me they were putting Transformers into Void Rivals, I thought it was just gonna be random cameos for stupid reasons. No, they've integrated it beautifully. It's like the perfect cosmic of what's going on in the rest of the universe while everything else is happening on Earth. Yes, and that's written by freaking the guy who wrote Invincible. That's all you need to know. And
well, that's totally not a Hasbro property.
What's that?
What's that?
Void Rivals isn't a Hasbro property, right?
No, they're original characters, but there are Hasbro characters in it.
So it's like when they were with Marvel, basically.
No,
I can't really describe it. I can't. It started off as like the space opera war that just then happens to have characters from the Transformers and G.I. Joe universe into it. And he does it so smoothly. Like Jetfire was in there, which was okay, but with how they put Springer into it, and then how Springer pulled it into the Energon universe in a really cool way. I don't want to freaking spoil it because it's just like, oh shit, that's going on. These guys are writing a fantastic, tight constructed universe. There is, in one issue, in Transformers, a wedge of Cybertron falls into the ocean. In the same week, the issues are talking about that. 2 issues are talking about that wedge. So it's like it happens. You feel ramifications from one book in the other book. Does that sound?
It's consistent across the entire universe at this point.
Yes.
So. And I love how they did Beachcomber.
Oh, yeah, T-Man, you'll love Beachcomber in it.
Yeah. But anyway,
yes. On that note, next week, guys, we are giving away the Vanguard courtesy of G Tony. Next week, of course, we'll be talking about more toy news. Through the week, we'll be having reviews on all our respective channels. Will Matt be here next week? I couldn't tell you, but we miss him anyway because we love him like a brother. That being, he's like even though there's only four of us here, he's our like the sixth ranger of the group. He's like our Green Ranger. Shows up when he can, but when he does, he kicks ass.
There you go.
That being said, we will hope you guys all have a fantastic week. I hope you're all keeping warm. And as always, until next time, take care. Peace.
I'm angry Bumblebee.